Alright, hey everyone, Deca here. Still not going to show my face. If I wear a mask, I guess there's no point. But want to talk about another project that I am heavily convicted on at this point. Not as heavily as Tsuki or RWA, but we will get into some discussion here. So this project is called BASEDAI. Right now, you guys are seeing like some information on tokenomics, which I want to go over with you. And I'll just go over with everything one at a time. So basically, BASEDAI is a ZK LLM layer 1. They utilize brains, which is pretty much what, from my understanding, seems like validators. And they use base to burn or to transfer to brain credits to burn to utilize brains for compute power. If you are from the base community, please correct me if I am wrong, because I'm not the most confident on this. But anyways, now you guys see their X page, which if you're not following me, would highly suggest. If you want to have a good laugh, it's at Deca Crypto 1. Anyways, so BASEDAI, being that project, how I discovered it is actually from the connection with Tsuki and RWA, and this tie goes deeper, which I'll explain in another video. But RWA is utilizing one of BASEDAI's creatures. Creatures, man, that's a complicated topic on its own. But I want you guys to go to their Twitter and have a deeper dive on what they are doing exactly. Just to understand that at a high level, you're using ZK LLMs for L1, as an L1. Meaning it's essentially decentralized AI. So decentralized AI in itself is going to have a major use case because data privacy, or at least data ownership, is going to be very, very important in the upcoming AI disruptive sector. So that's something I would consider. I'm still firmly believed on AI in this case, but BASEDAI is kind of like the fundamental blue chip play that I'm going for. And just going over their X, just doing a quick scroll for you guys how active they are. So they have been developing products nonstop. Here, I'll pull up the creature tab as well. So they have been developing these products nonstop. They have Base Arena, which I'll show you guys too. They're trying to leverage Base heavily. You see a community member, I believe, made Dank Pepes, which is an NFT via Base, just adding some form of utility. And kind of working my way backwards here. BASEDAI has been created from the same devs from Pepe Coin, the OG Pepe Coin. Gonna go over that in another video as well, but let's just say Pepe Coin has been around before most other cryptocurrencies. They've been around since 2016, if I'm not mistaken, and there is a suspicion that there will be a pepening, meaning this OG Pepe Coin will flip a fake Cabal Pepe. And while they could have filed a lawsuit, their objective is just to really hone in on their developer skills and their bullish case for the project that they own, and going from there. So anyways, creatures, generator feeding real-time projects into Base. Creature dies after 100x the total tokens to build Linux. Okay, so creatures. Yeah, I'm genuinely a little confused here, but from what I'm seeing is like creatures are a form of AI on its own, and each creature is, how do I say it, like the closest to sentient AGI can become at this time. And what's going on from there is that there's a Base Arena, which is another product they have. This pretty much is a kind of like an introductory page, like an overview, but you pretty much are able to use compute power to run Base Arena, to collaboratively process information, generate ideas, and validate outputs using advanced AI and blockchain technologies. I know it's a whole lot of fluff, but feel free to just go for the overview here. I'll just leave it on screen for a moment. Now, that's how it's done. Additionally, like how I mentioned with brains, so you can either mine a brain or you can buy a brain. I believe buying a brain costs, what was it? Maybe it costs quite a bit of Peppercoin. Last time I checked, it was about $40,000 worth, but at this time, I don't know the exact thing. And apologies for not knowing exactly what's going on here, but I just have been intaking a lot of information, so I will provide that feedback or have community members provide some feedback. So please excuse me if it is a rusty video. But anyways, yes, so brains pretty much act as compute power. Creatures are the AGI itself. RWA is running a creature of its own. So it is for BASEDAI: network fees, staking, brain acquisition, governance, validator, and miner rewards. So something that I didn't mention was governance. So token holders may have voting rights for network decisions, particularly those who reach the gigabrain threshold, which hasn't been mentioned yet. Emission schedule. So Base doesn't have a limited supply, although it does release 10 new Base tokens every 10 seconds as block rewards, and emissions will go down over time to manage inflation. So there are deflationary mechanics as well: fee braining, increasing scarcity, brain acquisition, brains. Okay, here we are. So there are containers for AI tasks. Each brain hosts a specific ZK LLM. There will only ever be 1024 total brains. Okay, so I was a little wrong here. They're important because brains distribute AI processing across the network, enhancing decentralization. Different brains can host different types of AI models, allowing for customization. Brain owners earn a portion of Base token rewards, so there's incentive to be a Base or a brain owner as well as articulating potential influencing network decisions. Okay, here we are. So burning method. Okay, so you burn 1,000 Peppercoin to mint a brain NFT. Cost increases by 200 Peppercoin for each brain mined. Yeah, this cost has gone significantly up. Much more expensive. There's staking method, which, okay, so this is where my 40K came from, because Peppercoin is currently at 40 cents roughly. So 100K Peppercoin for 90 days. Alright, so here's some information about mine and validator. That's not something that I want to focus on at this time. I'm more focused on what is going on as like a overall sentiment analysis. So BASEDAI, a mix of AI, privacy tech, and blockchain, could shake things up in a few different areas. It might set new standards for keeping user data safe in AI interactions, which I mentioned how important the use case is, which is quite exciting. So the way it's trying to decentralize AI computation could give big tech companies a run for their money. Right, so we have major tech companies, NVIDIA, Apple, Tesla, semiconductor companies as well, Palantir too. So imagine how much worth BASEDAI could be, especially with that additional utility of being decentralized. It's a byproduct of being in the blockchain ecosystem. So considering that fact, what is NVIDIA's current market cap? I'm not even going to compare, because I'm going to try to chill out for a little bit, and I think we have a long way to go in that case, but I will go with market predictions soon. So in the crypto world, BASEDAI is bringing new ideas like brains, which could inspire other blockchain projects. It's also trying to make advanced AI more accessible to regular people, not just big companies. So the fact that they're focused on inspiring other blockchain projects and not just themselves just show the altruism of the devs behind this project. You definitely, or at least me personally, I want to invest in projects where I see the good in the people behind them, where they're trying to make the world a better place, because spreading positivity as well as innovation and productivity can be done cohesively. So it just opens doors across all stages. And what we are all familiar with standard non-Web3 AI agents, they're typically horizontal AI, where they aren't really specified or as specified as some potential AI models, and they focus on each sector. Where BASEDAI, the way I see it, creatures are utilized for constant evolution of the AI itself. Therefore, it turns into more of a vertical AI, where you give it a subject knowledge and it just continues to get more specialized over time. So like I said, BASEDAI keeps developing. It's going to be interesting how a mix of memes, cutting-edge tech, crypto economics play out. Crypto and AI worlds are always changing, so who knows where this could lead. Absolutely correct. Mix of memes, I believe they mentioned that because of Peppercoin. We'll go over that later, like I said. So basically, currently, it's down quite a bit, 43 cents. Roughly hovering at $10 when I first discovered it, and been having entries sub $1 at this time. Most of my entries, I'd say, averages about 55, 60 cents or so. So just want to mention that. Okay, so they have a Telegram active, although this link isn't active. So what you have to do is you have to go to the Pepecoin Telegram. So if you look for OG Pepe, currently at 449, MCAP is at 50. If you want to see the CA exactly, it's 4898. So go from there. Feel free to shout out and say that I sent you. Would love to see that. And then you can pretty much branch forward and join BASEDAI TG. Ask all the questions because, to be honest with you, I need to educate myself more. I just know that I'm getting mad FOMO, especially with the price. But currently at 16.85 million market cap. Volume still low. Fully diluted, a little higher at 17.4, where total supply is at 35.66 million. So still currently low. It's not something in the billions. So in my opinion, it's a great entry point. Going to price predictions. So obviously everyone's going to compare it to BitTensor Tau. The thing is, BitTensor Tau is, in my opinion, already outdated just because it doesn't, BitTensor Tau pretty much has internal competitions via subnets where each product is gets rewarded based on the use, based on productivity of the product. BASEDAI is ever evolving. So it already removes that additional step. Self-evolving AI. Tau, not nowhere near close to AGI, where BASEDAI seems to be that way, and I'll show you in a second. So, okay, you're pretty much at a 93x to Tau, and that's only at a 1.6 billion market cap. Now, with the AI sector, as well as the largest upcoming bull run, in my opinion, I know some of you guys may have otherwise because of emotions, but objectively speaking, I see this being the largest accumulation phase as well as the bull run coming up. So yeah, I see it to go much higher. Personally, I think at least a 20 billion is possible. So let's just reference Doge because it's around 20 billion. So it's about a 1200x. Currently, it's at 44 cents. If you buy 1,000, or not 1,000, you buy what? Okay, yeah, let's say you buy 1,000 base tokens, right? So that's going to cost you 440. So potentially you could be netting 600k. None of it is financial advice, of course. It's just from what I'm seeing personally. Now, we're going to get to some more fun stuff, some stuff that is not good for a smooth brain like myself. Moving on, so from BASEDAI, once you join the Telegram, you can join the Committers Nodes Telegram, which is only a view through only, but it's more for accessibility, transparency within this project. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so Committer is pretty much the committer dev in this case, and is discussing BASEDAI and what's going on here. So big thing, Creature Cloud, a bridge, launchpad, and a place to stake. He will go over that. Base God, AI dev loop, community deployed AI product managers and AI engineers working for Base. Imagine AI product managers and AI engineers. Imagine that job sector just being obsolete instantly because of BASEDAI. Because AGI has already been specialized for product management as well as AI engineers. What do product managers do? They make sure that the product made is best fit for the user. AI or engineers are the ones that are absolutely doing the execution on the back end to make sure that the product is working the way it should. So they work cohesively. Finally, base node v1.1. Network based on feedback. Okay. So this committer is developed or has updated some notes. So major developments in 2024. Pepe stake to earn base is a very smart mechanism and a breakthrough itself. What if you could stake to other projects and earn their reward? Creature Cloud as a bridge explores this and automatically supports bridging of the other projects in base L1. Win-win-win. So pump fund is extractive, but the concept of graduation is useful as a value filter. Better projects are more likely to graduate due to this filter. Creature Cloud Parallels uses similar built rails in multiple categories, such as liquidity levels, time the project is active, 6-month fixed graduation window, pretty much 6-month period for reward distribution. I think it's more for like a consistency play, which I think is smart to prevent rug pulls and whatnot. Developer staking rewards. As a developer within the Creature Cloud, you're able to get rewards for it. End of period bonus. At the end of the 6-month window, final bonus of the reward token is airdropped to Peppercoin holders still staking. So you can stake your Peppercoin to kind of represent your conviction within a project within the Creature Cloud, or within the Creature Cloud, which is great. And risk and reward structure, you stake Peppercoin, but effectively pay nothing up front. Project performs, developer is rewarded at the end. If the project doesn't perform, you can unstake, you still have the value of the Peppercoin, and developer receives nothing. So primary use case of Creature Cloud will be bridging from rat base to based L1. Important to note that Creature Cloud projects automatically work with the bridge, so projects can easily support compatibility with base, launching from a parent chain with more users. So critical first step is autonomous engineering isn't writing code, it's figuring out what to build. In our view, the real breakthrough lies in having truly hands-off product managers who can focus on the why and what of a project rather than diving straight into the coding. Imagine an AI that can actually understand why and the what rather than just running what it's supposed to do, like running the script. This is absolutely insane in my opinion, which is why I think 20 billion is honestly still conservative. Continuing on technical level, each of the brains in the system run its own lib P2P network with Discovery, so I'm guessing Liberty P2P with Discovery. Leader election and complete autonomy. Each 1024 brains is a full lib P2P network, effectively separate blockchain networks, each proposing its best plans amongst miners and validators for new software upgrades and bug fixes. Okay, so this approach stands out. Typically focus on, which other AI projects typically focus on prompt-driven coding, which means just following the script like I mentioned earlier. And basically Committer and BASEDAI is focusing on the initial concept stage, ensuring what needs to be created before any code is written, and be able to think asynchronously to the user. Okay. So this comment here is talking about major listings, something you guys gotta read, but Creature Cloud, getting more into it. So come together as a community to shape the vibe of Creature Cloud to not be any kind of pump fund culture. Day traders are all about fast, but real value takes time and patience. Let's keep the fun and fresh ideas front and center within launch. It's about the ride, not just the numbers. To make this happen, we're rolling out a new spot to open discussions and post about every new project. Okay, so like a dev to really be committed to making the best product, making this as open source as possible, as transparent, as well as user feedback, to leverage the strength of core users of the market. It's great at this small scale, very early, guys. That's how I see it. Send some tools over for mining. Personally, I'm not going to be mining. I just don't see the cost effectiveness for it. So this is what I like. So this picture here, BASEDAI Base Arena, automated AI research. This vision for the next few weeks is that dozens, if not hundreds, of very specific, technical, and like-minded people take a solid look at the Asian arena and contribute ideas/feedback. Some months ago, we realized that this is the first clear beginning to intelligence explosion. Having members of this community technologically minded, yet humanity-first leaning would make me feel at more peace, guaranteeing this couldn't self-build itself into something evil. And this is critical. The fact that this is a decentralized network plus self-building would make it very hard to shut down. You know, I hate to say it, but when an AI, or when devs fear that an AI can turn evil or sentient, despite how scary that is, bullish.